All right, see, man, look at that. All right.
She's like, well, you started. You can't just stop.
Okay. I'm happy you're here.
Hello, and welcome to the Too Faded to Play podcast. I am one of your hosts, Eggs, alongside my buddy.
LSD here in the house. What's going on?
This is episode 10, man.
10?
10.
Oh, shit, man. We fucking made it.
I'll be honest, I expected one of two things to happen here.
Yeah.
Either one, we would get to episode 3, and we would be like, this is bullshit, and just quit.
Yeah.
Or we would continue this podcast for like 3 years with like a total of 5 viewers.
Yeah, man. I think I'm kind of right there with you. I thought I was going to get sick of it. Coming into it, I had no idea what the fuck we were doing. I was like, we just kind of just winged it, you know?
Oh, yeah.
But surprisingly, people like us.
We've got a few people who actually watch, yeah.
Yeah, man. Like, especially you, man. My homegirl back home, man. She love you, man.
Thank you. At least somebody likes me.
Oh, that's fucking funny. Shout out to T. But yeah, man, she love you, man. She always be like, man, Eggs is so fucking funny, man. And it's hilarious, man. But for everybody who hung with us, man, for the 10 episodes, we appreciate you. We want you to keep watching us, and hopefully we gonna get better.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, we're still learning. We still make mistakes.
A lot of mistakes.
The episode with our guest there was a lot of problems that happened through it. Cameras dying, microphones going out. The last episode we recorded, episode 9, my camera died halfway through. I keep mis-setting up my camera, and it's cutting off the top of my head for half the videos.
Yeah,
so it's like
we're a couple of poor guys, so it's not very scientific in here.
Yeah.
You got an iPhone and
got an iPhone and an old picture camera. Not even a recording camera.
Right.
It's a picture camera.
Yeah.
It records for 30 minutes and then it just turns itself off without telling you. So every 25 minutes actually, I stand up and I'm like checking it, making sure it's still good. But
right. Yeah, man. Episode 10, man. So we gotta do it up for episode 10. This episode we got 3 drinks.
We do. We got the 2 you brought and then a challenge drink.
No, I'm scared of that one.
I'm scared of it too, and I'm the one that brought it.
You asshole. So, since it's episode 10, we gonna charge up with the Beast. Monsters, energy drink, alcohol. Yeah. Hard Monster. It's 6.0.
That's more than I would expect. There seems to be a trend going on recently with like sodas and stuff.
Yeah.
Making themselves into alcohol, and I guess this is just along that lines.
Yeah, man.
Why is the can textured?
Monsters always had that little texture can.
Have they?
Yeah.
I've never. Really?
I've drunk a lot of Monsters. They always had like this textured feel.
I've drunk a lot of Monster too. I've never. Granted, I always just drink the regular.
Yeah, like the other flavors. They got that texture feel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and see what it do. I hope this ain't like Four Locos. Because we gonna be in trouble.
Dead.
Just tastes like a Monster.
Yeah, it really just tastes like a Monster.
So we're gonna be fucked up because we're gonna end up shooting it. And it's going to be like, oh, bah.
Monster brand energy drinks is about to turn 21.
Is it?
That's what it says on the back.
I guess if you think about it, energy drinks came out about, early 2000s.
Yeah.
I think Red Bull was kind of like the first one.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I just remember when Monster came out, there was all that talk from the Christian community about how it was a Satanist drink. Do you remember all that shit?
Yeah, man. That was so long ago, I totally forgot about it until you just said it. That's crazy. Yeah, it's the Beast, though.
It's the Beast.
It don't taste bad. They had 2 of them. I just picked the White Haze. I can't remember what the other one was, but I picked the White Haze.
Yeah, it's not bad. It has a very, orange flavor to it.
Yeah.
Like orange juice kind of flavor.
Yeah, man. This ain't bad. I'll drink it again.
Yeah, no, it's not bad.
It just tastes like a monster to me.
Like I said, there seems to be that trend that's going on with just making alcoholic versions of sodas and stuff.
Yeah, I saw the Coke and rum, Jack and Coke. They actually got the Zero Jack and Coke.
Okay. Well, I know we've tried, outside of the podcast, we've tried that Mountain Dew one.
Yeah, the Mountain Dew one.
Then there was like
That wasn't bad.
Barks tea or something one.
Yeah. Yeah, that wasn't bad either.
No, that one wasn't too bad.
But the only one that was bad, that damn Bojangles.
That Bojangles was awful. That one right there.
That shit was gross. Yeah, man. So what you been up to, man?
Playing games and editing podcasts.
Man, I haven't been playing too much this week. It was really busy at work and edited a couple of shorts for TikTok and for the Instagram page.
Okay.
So still trying to learn that.
Okay.
But I actually found a better way to do it. So it's coming together. So
Well, that's good at least.
Yeah, I'm trying to edit some more videos so we could build up a following on TikTok and stuff like that.
Yeah, we need to get our names out there. We're
Hey, trying, man, trying. But again, episode 10, man, we made it.
We got here. We did.
Yeah.
Now we got to get. I don't know what would be the next episode milestone, like 50.
Yeah, I say 50.
50. Okay.
50 episodes sounds about right.
We'll have to do something stupid on episode 50.
I got something. I'm about to train for it. I'm about to train for it. But I have something. Episode 50. Stay tuned.
So we're doing a challenge drink today, so we'll have to do some kind of stupid shit for episode 50. It's gonna be
so stupid.
Okay. All right.
So stupid. I might have to stay over here.
That's fine. I got a spare bed.
I might have to stay over here. That's going to be a bad idea. All right. So anyways, let's get into the topic, man. What's our topic?
Well, we've been playing our game of the week or game of the episode or whatever, Act Risers.
Mm-hmm.
And we played separate versions of it.
Yeah.
I played the Super Nintendo version.
Mm-hmm.
And you played the Switch version, the Switch remake.
Yeah, the remake on the Switch. I actually had the original Act Risers when I was, 10 years old, maybe 10 or 11. And I loved the game. I actually got hip to it through, it wasn't Game Informer at the time. I think it was called Electronic something.
Okay, I've never heard of that one.
Yeah, it's before Game Informer and whatever it is now, but it was like the predecessor of that. I saw it in the back of a book, and before GameStop was a place, we had Electronic Boutique, and that's where we used to get our games from. I think that's where I got it from Electronic Boutique, Randall Park Mall. It's gone now.
Oh.
One of the best malls ever. If you're from Cleveland, if you know, you know. But yeah, man, it's a fantastic game. I loved it when I was, I don't know. What year did it come out?
1990, I believe. I wrote it down somewhere.
If it's 90, I was probably around 10.
Yes, 1990.
Yeah. So I was around 10 years old when that came out. I loved it, man. I've beaten that game several times, just the version that you played. Mm-hmm. But the remake, it took me back, but it looks great.
Yeah, it does look good.
Yeah, for it to be a remake, it looks great. I love it.
I like that because I played a little bit of it just a little bit ago. I like that they didn't make it look like a brand new game. It's still got like some of that pixelated art style to it.
Yeah.
It's just not like the 16-bit. It's 3D models and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But they still put like some pixelated touches to it.
Yeah. To
make it feel retro, but it plays like a new game.
Right. It's a little sharper, I think. Especially the world scene where you fixing the with the town people.
Oh yeah.
That looks a whole lot better. The features of that part, I think the handling's a lot better than what it was from the Super Nintendo version. The angel guy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you can shoot the arrows, and you got the homing arrows. And you shoot
Yeah, that's a lot nicer.
Yeah.
That's a lot nicer. No, I played the first like 30 minutes of the game there on Switch just to kind of have a little bit of a comparison myself. And there's a lot of like quality of life changes.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a bunch of little stuff. Like in the Super Nintendo version, when you jump, you're locked in whichever direction you're going. You can't really turn.
Yeah.
You can't move back. You can turn, but it's like it. So like if you jump going towards the right, and then you hit left, you still face right, but you'll slide back a little bit left.
Mm-hmm.
Which means if you're attacking in the air, you're still swinging towards the right, even if you're trying to go towards an enemy on the left.
Okay.
Whereas in the Switch version, it flipped the character and he looked the other direction. I like that. The homing arrows when you're playing the little angel, it's a lot nicer because in the Super Nintendo you only get up, down, left, right to shoot, and you're just stuck on that grid. And the enemies are all doing circles around you, so you've got to like...
You got to be on point. Yeah. You got to be on point.
But that homing, and it's not like it shoots it for you. It's not like you shoot the arrow and just boom, you've hit it. It's just got like a little bit of a curve to try to help you for those slightly off angles.
Yeah, like you have to be facing in the general direction of the what would you call that thing? Like it had like a skeleton with like wings or something.
It was like a bony pterodactyl or something.
Yeah, you have to be facing in that direction just to shoot it, but it does curve towards it. Mm-hmm. Another feature about the Switch version I thought that was kind of cool. There's a horde part. Mm-hmm. So if you want to advance or level up, you have to. God damn! Wow, monster. Anyway, so you gotta. I lost my train of thought. Oh, you have to build like a fort, kind of like a makeshift fort around your perimeter.
Okay. Because
you got the monsters trying to attack the capital.
Okay.
So you got to stop them from getting to the capital. So you send that guy that was it Philiotis or whatever?
Something like that. Dude with a big ass axe.
Yeah, you got to send him to attack the monsters that way. But the angel, he doesn't do nothing. All he do is just float around, and then he'll go. You could use like the what's the powers, like your
like the magic stuff.
Yeah, you could use like your electricity
and all that.
You could use that to attack to help with the horde.
Okay.
But I thought that was kind of cool that they added into the newer version.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was it just because I didn't get that far to do that, but I will say a lot of the little things I saw when I played the Switch version addressed a lot of the issues that I did have with the Super Nintendo version.
Okay.
For example, that town building segment, when you first get into it, Super Nintendo, it just drops you in, and it's like, hey, your people want you to clear out some bushes. And then you hit OK, and then that's all the guidance it gives you for everything.
Uh-huh.
So it drops you in. You've got to figure out all the menus. You've got to figure out how the spells go to, what spells do what. Like, it doesn't tell you any of that. And the whole time, all 4 of the monster pits are fully active, throwing enemies at you. And they're like sending out 2 to 3 enemies at a time. And in the Switch version, it's like they teach you how to do that, and then the enemies slowly start coming out of like 1 or 2 of the pits, and then you can handle it. Whereas Super Nintendo version, it just started you out full force, just trying to take you down.
Well, get video games was harder back then. It took more 100%. Skill.
Yeah. What I wished it would have done is, I wished it in the Super Nintendo version is it started you with the 1 pit, and then as you started building the town, the next pit would open up, then the 3rd pit would open up, then the 4th one would open up. Just so it kind of built you up to that point instead of drop you in and then there's 8 enemies just circling you immediately. Because once you take damage in there, on the Super Nintendo you can take 4 hits. Once you take 4 hits, you cannot attack for, I think it's like 3 minutes. You just cannot attack for 3 minutes. And that whole time, the enemies are flying in and just snatching your people out of your city.
They do take people.
And the dragon comes in and starts burning down buildings.
I forgot about that part. Yeah, it's like a flame, like a dragon, like from Game of Thrones. Just come over there and just.
And going through the menus does not stop them on the Super Nintendo.
Nah.
So it drops you in. It says use your lightning attack on the bushes, which is it's enough guidance to get you to what you need to do.
Right.
But it doesn't give you the guidance of you hit the Y button and then a list of 7 menus opens up, and then you got to find which menu is your spells. And then when you get to that menu, it opens up another menu of 6 different spells, and you have to scroll through there, read which spell does what, so you can find the one that burns the bushes. It doesn't say use your lightning spell to burn the bushes.
Right.
It just says burn the bushes.
Right. Yeah.
So while you're being attacked, you're trying to go through these menus, and while you're in the menus, you can't move around. So it's go in the menu, try to find the magic menu, leave the menu, kill 3 enemies, go back in the menu, try to actually find the magic menu this time. Oh, I found it. Leave the menu, kill a dragon and 2 other enemies, go back into the menu. So I wish it was just like one pit at the start. Figure out your menu. You know, you've got one or 2 enemies coming at you at a time.
Yeah.
Perfectly like doable.
Yeah.
If the game paused when you went into the menus, that'd be different.
It's still rolling.
But it's still rolling.
I actually forgot about that part because I haven't played that version in so long. It's been 30 years since I played that version. Yeah. So yeah. But I do like the remake. I do appreciate it. It looks great. Like it's a great game. I think I got it on sale. It was a digital download. I think it was $17 or something.
Yeah, it was pretty cheap.
Yeah, it was cheap. So if you have a Switch, I recommend that game to anybody if you like stuff like that. I would say it's probably 8 worlds.
Yes, I think that's what it was.
Yeah, it's about 8 worlds, and each one has like I just remember one was like, the first one was like Fillmore, the next one was like Blood Pool. Then you got like a kind of like an Egyptian one, you got like a snow one, and you got like a tropical one, and then I think it's like a marsh one. Yeah. So
it's got variation.
Yeah. It's a good game. Kind of what you say, Greek mythology type of game.
Yeah, I'd say Greek. I think it's Greek. Yeah.
It's a good game. If you got a Switch, check it out. If you got a
Super Nintendo and some money to blow, check it out on Super Nintendo.
Oh yeah, I forgot. You got that at Comic-Con.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, that was a good little come up right there. Like if I had a Super Nintendo, I probably would have got it too. That was a good piece that you found. You got the eye, man.
Yeah, I think they're both competent. The Switch version definitely has some, like I said, like quality of life updates. It's not as much going through menus. You got like, instead of hitting a button to go into the menu, you've got a button that just opens that specific menu. Yeah. So it's not like hit Y, scroll through your menu, find your spells. On the Switch, it's just like hit the right button and it pulls up your spells.
Yeah,
so
it pulls up your spells, and I think you have access to all of them. Because I think in the Super Nintendo version, you only have access to like one.
Yeah, you only have access to lightning at the start, and then as you level up, as you level the angel up, or your city up, which levels the angel up, you get access to the other ones.
Yeah. It's a pretty cool game, man. I enjoy it. So, what's your thoughts, man? Where you at on your board?
On the board, I do really like the game.
Yeah.
It's a game I'm going to go back to. I'm not like the other games I kind of like played for it, and then I was like, okay, I'm going to go back to Actraiser. I would put it in between Sphinx and Black.
Okay. On my side, I think I'm going to push it all the way to the top.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because even though I did like Black, it was a little too dark for me.
That's in the name of the game, though.
Yeah, no, it was too dark. Yeah, so that's it right there.
So I got Sphinx, Actraiser, Black, Katamari, Jet Set Radio, Cathedral. LSD's got Actriser, Black, Sphinx, Cathedral, Katamari, Jet Set Radio.
Yep. That is it right there.
And again, I think outside of Cathedral, we're still pretty well on the same, like they're slightly positioned different, but it's not like you've got Black higher than I do, but it's not like I didn't like Black. I still really liked it.
Yeah.
I just preferred Sphinx.
Yeah. We're almost there on a couple of picks.
So what's our next game?
Next game we're gonna do is for the PlayStation 5. Returnal.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a good game.
It is a good game.
Yeah, man.
We've played it a bit together.
Yeah, so. Yeah, it's a good game. It'll make you mad, but
it will. Yeah,
it is a good game.
It'll kick you in the ass.
Man, listen. I'm gonna say it's better to play with friends.
Mm-hmm.
Like by yourself. Woo.
It's fun by yourself, but it's very difficult.
Very difficult by
with
yourself.
A friend, it's still difficult, but you've got somebody else to blame the problems on. So
yeah, you got to be on point with that one. Yeah. So next episode 11, Returnal. For PlayStation 5.
I think it's also out on PC now. If you're wanting to play these games along with us,
is it?
Yeah, I think it just came out on PC.
Okay.
Yeah. So our next topic: games that failed.
Oh yeah, games that failed. Well, there's a couple games that I think that failed.
They failed you.
They failed me.
Yeah.
You know, actually, one I did like, but a lot of people didn't like it.
Yeah.
So, yeah. While we doing that, go ahead. You go into your first one, and I'm gonna go ahead and mix up this concoction that I'm making, and I will give you guys the ingredients.
Go ahead and talk about the concoction a little bit first, though.
Okay. As soon as I can find.
Yeah.
There we go. So the concoction is, well, Eggs is going to have to make a choice because we're going to have to ruin this lemonade. All right. So you got two choices. You got, in our community, this is we just go by the colors. You either get blue or you get purple. Which one you want?
Purple.
Purple. All right. So purple. As you can see, purple Kool-Aid, which used to be 10 cents. They're fucking 30 cents now.
Oh, yeah,
Son
I know.
Of a bitch.
If you had told me, I've got Kool-Aid sitting in my
God
pantry.
Damn it. All right.
I've got more colors.
Well, we're going to do these two colors.
Okay.
So now you got the Simply Lemonade. All right.
Oh, you're just dumping the packet straight in?
Straight in. Go ahead and get that open. I haven't had Kool-Aid in a long time.
I've got a picture of it sitting in my microwave.
I'm curious to see
my microwave. What?
I'm curious to what white people Kool-Aid tastes like. I'm gonna have to get me a glass. I'm very curious on that. Very curious. Because if you ever have black people's Kool-Aid, that's just liquid diabetes. Purple.
Purple lemonade.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now, you take your Sprite. Pour a little Sprite in your glass. And the drink that we're going to mix with all this is Tito's.
I like Tito's. It's the vodka for dog people.
That's what
it says
it actually does say it on
here. That's what it says on there.
I had no idea that's what it said.
Yeah.
Huh. Oh, well. We're going to pour up some Tito's.
I could be wrong, but I had heard a story that apparently they had like a stray dog show up, and they named it Tito. And that's where
So pour about a half in there.
Half the cup?
Yeah, okay. Half a cup. So each one we name it. Our friend B came up with this. And he said he found it on TikTok.
Okay.
So I'm blaming B on this. We got to get us a name. Grape Ape, Barney, Purple Nurple.
I like Barney.
All right. Go ahead and pour that in there.
Is that it?
That's it.
You add some Sour Patch Kids to it? Because I got a big ass bag of Sour Patch Kids.
Fuck it. Put some in there. All right, we really doing this. Sour Patch Kids. Oh shit. Oh no. I see him in there too.
They're just sitting at the bottom.
Oh no. This is what's gonna come out. Call this Barney.
Barney.
Sour Barney.
Sour Barney.
All right, shoot up. It's good.
That's pretty damn good.
That is good. Should do it on the rocks.
Yeah.
But it's good.
Yeah, definitely. It definitely needs cooled, but
Yeah.
other than that, it's good.
Oh yeah, I like that. All right, Sour Barney.
I'm gonna have to get you to try Paint Can.
This sounds like some frat shit. Paint can.
It's some redneck shit. The context of this, when you would drink Paint Can, is you and a group of people are sitting around a fire, and you just want to mix some stuff up and drink it.
A paint can.
In a paint can, yeah. And then you pass the paint can around.
Are we gonna have clean paint cans?
It'll be a clean paint can, and we're gonna drink it out of individual cups. We're not gonna pass a can back and forth and drink out
That'd
of it.
be interesting.
But
paint can.
Paint can, that's what it's called. It's only called that because it's made in the paint can. But
Where do we get a clean paint can from?
I don't know. I'd probably find one at Lowe's or something.
I'm dumb enough to try this.
Dumb enough is the correct.
Ooh, between that monster and this purple Barney, Sour Barney, I'm feeling kind of warm.
We still got another drink to get to.
Don't remind me.
We won't be drinking a lot of that though.
I'm scared of that one.
That's a one shot and done drink.
I am scared of that one.
I am too. It's the 10th episode celebration.
God damn it, Buns. You a real piece of shit for this one. Mm-hmm. But I do like this. Sour Patch Kids. It's all right. All right.
Yeah, I like it.
All right, let's go ahead. Let's get into it.
All right.
Topic.
Games that failed. My first one I'm going for is Drive Club
Drive Club.
on the PS4.
Never heard of this.
It was a racing game, obviously, that was supposed to be a launch title for the PS4. It ended up being delayed back a bit, so it didn't make the launch title.
Mm-hmm.
And it was inundated with just a ton of, like, the online issues. The servers weren't connecting right. Everything was lagging. Mm-hmm. Just wasn't working right. It was a first party Sony game. Like, this is a Sony game by one of their own studios. It came out, it ended up coming out, like, the end of 2014 when it was supposed to come out. Either, like, 2013 is, I think, when the PS4 came out.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, the game actually continued to be updated until October of 2016, where they kept adding tracks, adding cars. There was a whole motorcycle DLC and everything.
Really?
And then when they released the final DLC of it, Sony also, right alongside the release of this big DLC that they'd been working on, which brought a VR update so you can entirely play the game in PlayStation VR, Sony was like, oh yeah, we're shutting down the studio too. And they just shut Evolution Studios down. And then, the reason I fucking hate digital games so much, Sony pulled this game off their digital store, along with all the DLC and stuff, like the DLC and the packs and stuff, which means you can buy this physically now. But you're missing out on 20 motorcycles, 12 cars, 5 in-game events, 15 tracks, and the full VR mode.
Oh, shit. So, like, if you had it before and you downloaded it, you got it.
Yeah, you got it.
But, like, now, if you try to find that game...
Yeah, so if I put this in my PS5 to play it, it's just the base game.
Really? Mm-hmm. Wow.
But if I put it in my PS4 where I had a lot of that stuff downloaded, a lot of that's there. But it was a surprisingly fun racing game.
Really?
It's like, it's not circuit tracks. It's like point A to point B kind of racing where you're like going down mountain roads and stuff.
It's kind of like, well, Forza a little bit. You got that point A to point B.
It's not open world though. Like it's an actual, like it's a set course.
It's a set course, but
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
kind of like that. Yeah. Okay.
It's a lot of fun. The sense of speed in that game is insane.
No.
Like it's super fast. And since every course is like a contained area, the detail on every track is crazy. When I first played that game, you can ask Buns next time you see him. He used to make fun of me because I would drive down the game slowly because there was full physics and stuff to where leaves would fall out of the trees and land on the track, and they would stack up there. They wouldn't despawn. There wasn't, like, if you started the track immediately, no leaves. As the time went on, more and more leaves would spawn and pile up on the track, and then you could drive through them, and the leaves would kick up, fly around, and they would catch the slipstream of the individual car you're driving and follow the car in the slipstream for a short period of time.
Oh, that sounds dope.
Like, it was really cool stuff like that. But yeah, no, Sony just... It sold 2 million copies, which sounds good, but for a first-party Sony game, when you got, like, God of War selling 10 million in 3 months,
that's not the numbers that they looking for.
Yeah, Sony just shut them down. And
Wow.
they shut them down, and then they just removed the game entirely. So the only way you can get it now is physical. But you're missing out on a bunch of the content.
DLCs,
Yeah.
all that. Wow. Yeah, that's kind of crazy, you know, like that's one thing about me, like I'm not a digital game guy. Mm-hmm. Like I prefer the physical copy because it holds value. Mm-hmm. You know, like digital copies, they really don't hold no value. You know, it's just like it's on that particular system. You know, like I like to have something like the game that I found when I was going through my collection. Using that app that we use, was it Game Eye?
Game Eye, yep.
Yeah. I found the Xbox 360 version of Spider-Man that was worth like $90. I had no idea. I was like, oh, wait, this bitch $90.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that's that mean it's gonna go up.
yeah. There's some weird like individual games like that. Like I have a Spyro game.
Yeah.
I have 2 copies of it. I have a PS2 copy, which is the one I had originally, and then I ended up buying a PS3 copy. And turns out the PS3 copy is very rare. Mm-hmm. And like you can buy a bundle of those PS2 copy ones or the Xbox copy, Xbox 360 copy. You buy a bundle of those for like $20.
No, okay.
The one PS3 copy is like $70.
I'm gonna touch base on that real quick. That app, it's called Game Eye. Mm-hmm. For anybody who has a mountain collection like we do, if you want to keep like an inventory of your games, keep an inventory of your games, your systems. Mm-hmm. I think it does some toys. Yeah,
it does. It does video games, systems. It'll do toys like the toys to life stuff like the Amiibo, the Skylander stuff, the Disney Infinity stuff, like those kinds of toys. It also tracks accessories like weird controllers, or like if you got the books that are like the guides, it'll track that stuff. It'll let you go in. It'll tell you like, do you have everything for this game, or do you just have the cartridge? Do you have the cartridge in the booklet but not the case? It goes through all that. You give it all that information. It tells you the individual prices of everything you've got. Yeah. It puts it all together. It tells you how much your collection's worth and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's a cool little thing. It's called Game Eye. You can find it probably on your app stores or whatever. Mm-hmm. But I haven't even input everything in there. I think I'm about what I have. I'm thinking about 8,000, and I haven't even went through the stuff in the garage. Mm-hmm. So right now I'm teetering about 8,000 just what's in the house. Yeah. So yeah, if you got a collection, I would recommend picking that up, and it's free.
Yeah, it's completely free. Yeah. It's also good for going to like shows and stuff. You can pull it up and look through it. Definitely. And be like, oh, I've got this. You know?
Definitely keep it if you go to shows.
You can also search games up while you're at shows and stuff, and be like, oh, it's going for this price. Yeah. And it's for sale here at this price. That's why I bought the Actrisers at the last show we went, because he looked it up and it was going for like $20 more than they were selling it. So I was like, all right, I'm grabbing it, you know.
Yeah. Like just make sure you ain't getting ripped off, you know. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. But back into the topic, mine, I'm going to say Anthem.
Anthem, yeah.
Anthem, I had high hopes for that game.
Mm-hmm.
A couple of my buddies, we got it. We was all playing it together. But it was kind of, it was like an Iron Man type of game.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't necessarily Iron Man, but you had these mobile suits that you got in. I think it was like 3 different suits. You had one big kind of like a Hulkbuster type suit. You had one that was like real skinny, that was quicker.
Mm-hmm.
And then you had like a medium size that had like pretty much, I think that one was like more power. But a lot of people didn't like it. I thought I had fun playing it. But then as you played it, it was kind of like glitchy.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of people were saying it was glitchy. It was online, so you played with like a lot of your friends. It just didn't do well, man. It was it was fun for a minute, but after a while, just the glitches came a little bit too overpowering.
Okay.
A lot of people just kind of put it down. I still own it. I haven't played it in a long time.
I remember seeing the trailers and stuff for it when it was first announced and all that. And I remember thinking it looked cool.
Mm-hmm.
I never ended up getting it. It's on the PS4, right? Or was it 360?
I think it's on all of them. I think it was on,
because I think it was like right in that era.
Yeah.
At that turnover point. But that was about the time where I wasn't playing much online with friends. I had like 2 games that I played, and all my friends were on those games, and they weren't leaving those games. So it was like when it turned out to be one of those like, yeah, you want to play it with friends. I was like, eh.
Yeah, we used to play with a bunch of friends. I think we played it on the Xbox One. Yeah, we played it on the One.
Okay.
It was real fast paced though. Like, you jump in the air, you use your jets to kind of get around. You can fly. It kind of reminded me of Destiny a little bit, but it wasn't Destiny.
Okay.
Like Destiny, you grind, you can level up, you like really grind. My daughter is like the Destiny queen. I'm telling you, like she grind, like she got more hours in that game. Like I don't even know how many hours she got.
Mm-hmm.
Like last time I played with her, like she was showing me her character. I was like, God damn, like where the fuck you get these big ass wings at? And she was trying to show me how to get it, and it was just too much.
Yeah, I played Destiny when it first came out because the camera can't really see it, but the PS4 I got was the Destiny version, the white PS4 with the Destiny bundle, and so I played it when it first came out.
Yeah,
and I had some fun with it. I think I beat the game, the base game, none of the DLC or anything.
Yeah,
and I was like, yeah, that was fun, and then I've just not touched Destiny since.
Yeah, I beat the base game, but then a lot of times we just play with friends. Mm-hmm. Me and my crew, we just got down into it and we just played like hours, like just grinding out, leveling up.
I ended up playing whichever character was that had the throwing knife thing. I can't remember the exact class.
I don't remember the class.
But I remember like there was a time or two playing that I just felt badass because it was just like jump out of the way, shoot, shooting at an enemy in the air with your pack, and then like bullets run out, you got to reload and wait. So I throw the knife as it hits them as I'm reloading, it staggers them. So by the time I'm like done reloading, I'm back to shooting, and they're like unstaggered by the knife, just immediately getting shot. I was like, yeah, that was fun.
I was more of a if it was like a big horde coming at you, I was more of a like get up close and personal, melee, and just kind of fight my way out, and then jump up, blast, and bah, 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 get back in it. That was my attack style.
Yeah, no, I was focused on one guy, focus on the big guy kind of thing. And
yeah, I haven't played in a long time. I think I might turn it back on just to see what's going on, but it's been a while. All right, what's your next one?
My next one, number 2. So I'm kind of going down. I kind of ordered this in way of like how many cells did the game have. So the first one was 2 million, and that's the most. This next one is Haven, Call of the King. This was made by Midway, which does that name sound familiar to you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good, because they made all the original Mortal Kombat's, Rampage, Spy Hunter, NBA Jam, cruising games.
Yeah, I'm hip
the
to
NFL Blitz games. Like, they made some hits. Like,
yeah, they got hits.
They got some big hits.
Big hits.
When they made this game, Haven Call of the King, this was their big attempt to break out of the monotony of making the same game over and over and over again. They wanted to try something brand new, something original. And they called this game, the genre of this game was a freeformer. Which basically means it jumped around genres constantly. Specifically, it jumped between a action-adventure, platformer, puzzle game, shoot-'em-up, racing, space combat, and on-rail shooters. Which means it does a lot of things.
It sounds like it.
Not very well. It's a 5 out of 10 on a lot of things is what it is. I actually do like this game, though. It's got a weird charm to it.
You got any of this left?
Some of it, yeah.
Pour this in there. Power up your Barney Sour.
Wow, that adds a lot of flavor to it.
Don't it?
Yeah, no, mix it with that instead of the Sprite.
Fuck that Sprite. Oh, wow.
That really brings out, like, the Kool-Aid, too. Like,
Yeah. Oh,
interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
All right, back to your topic.
Yeah, Haven Call of the King. This was supposed to be their big breakout game. This was going to be their God of War. This was going to be their big, like, because Mortal Kombat wasn't enough.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking Cruisin' USA wasn't enough.
Mm-mm.
They needed a big hitter. So this is what it was going to be. But yeah, they did all of these, tons of stuff in this game. And there's actually some really cool systems in this. Mm-hmm. This is a PS2 game. It has a fully real-time lighting and shadow engine to it. So, like, a lot of games would have it where if you had, like, a day-to-night cycle, it's pre-set up so that, like, the game knows this is where the shadows are going to be as this sun moves to this point in the map.
Mm-hmm.
This had a full unique month-long cycle. And because, like I said earlier, you do, like, space combat, you actually go out into space in this game eventually, and you end up in the solar system, and there's an entire system for where the solar system rotates around the Earth of this game. Mm-hmm. And this game does seamless space travel better than most modern games. You get into your spaceship, you blast off from the Earth, it makes you do like a little combat fight, and then you're like on the stratosphere, and then you can figure out which planet you want to go to based on the lunar cycles of these, like, in-game lunar cycles. So if you're on, like, day 25, the planet you might be going to might be on the other side of the Earth, so you got to fly around the... It's got some really cool systems in this thing that you would not expect on a PS2 game. But because of that, it cost them a lot of money.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, it was supposed to be a trilogy. There were supposed to be 3 of these games. Which, what that means is this game ends on an awful cliffhanger that has never been resolved because they canceled the other 2 games due to how badly this sold.
So kind of like 13 then.
Yeah. Worldwide, this sold 280,000 copies.
That's fucking terrible.
That's awful. They also canceled the Xbox and GameCube versions of this game, which means it wasn't supposed to be, but it is a PlayStation 2 exclusive. They planned on making it for everything, but it sold so bad they canceled the Xbox and GameCube ports.
I mean, so personally, like, what's your thoughts on it? Like, did you like it?
I like this game.
Okay.
There's parts of it that are very monotonous. It does, like... It's one of the few games where, like, when you play a Zelda game, you're like, you feel like you're on an adventure. Mm-hmm. If in Wind Waker, you're like, you're traveling from island to island. Or in Ocarina of Time, you've got this big, vast open field where you're traveling to different areas of this continent.
Right.
this game starts you out in a small town, and everything you do is connected. Like, it feels like you're on this like weaving path till you get to a certain point where you can get into a boat where it lets you explore an ocean, and then you can land on an island in this ocean, and in that island there's a mission to do that gets you a spaceship, and then you can go off into space and land on the moon and fight these. Like, it feels like an adventure.
Right.
It's just the problem is everything that it does do is very mediocre versions of that. So, like, it has space combat,
right,
but it's just okay.
Okay.
It has platforming, but the level design's not the greatest.
Right.
It has racing with the vehicles, but they don't handle the greatest. Like, it's like it has all this stuff, and it just does it all okay.
Well, they probably should go back to the drawing board.
I kind of wish they would.
Yeah.
I wish they would remake this game.
Yeah. Give it another try. Stuff is a little bit more better now. Mm-hmm. So I think it'll probably do better now opposed to then. Yeah.
No, it was a lot of the stuff they wanted to do. We, as, like, I guess the gaming world hadn't quite ironed down, like, if you want to make a racing game, this is how you do it. If you want to make a shooter game, this is how you do it. Mm-hmm. We hadn't ironed any of that down. They were trying to figure that out. Like, I remember a point where you're on an island when you're building the rocket ship. You're finding the parts to repair the rocket ship. Mm-hmm. You end up, like, wandering into an enemy encampment, and it just drops you into, like, Star Wars. What is it? Star Wars, like, battle arenas. And there's just hundreds of enemies around you. And you've got to weave your way through this battlefield to find these giant monster tanks. And you're climbing up them and you're taking them out. It's got really cool things it does.
Right.
It just does them all very mediocre. I wouldn't even say bad. Like, it's like just boring, mediocre. Like, they're all just, like, if it was just a shooter game and it was like this,
yeah,
it'd be a bad game. If it was just a platformer and it was like this, it'd be a bad game. Mm-hmm. But it doesn't keep you locked into that one spot, so you don't get bored of that gameplay.
That kind of goes into my next one. Mm-hmm. So, Fallout 76.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
God. It was such a turd.
Like, I agree.
It wasn't like the previous Fallout. Like, I liked the previous Fallout. Mm-hmm. So I thought 76 was going to be pretty decent. Bought it when it came out. There was no objective. They just put you in the world and you just go and just do whatever you wanted. Mm-hmm. Like, it was just an open world of just doing whatever you wanted. Like, just walking around, no objective. Like, you just roam and just grind. That's all it was. It was just a grinding game. Grind, build. Grind, build. That was it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, when I saw that, I just skipped over that game. I like the Fallout series. I just skipped it.
That one, I bought it, and it was terrible. A lot of times, people go through. They get their reviews from, like, YouTube and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. I kind of skip over that because it's like a movie critic to me. Like, a movie critic could say, like, this movie sucked. Mm-hmm. But then I'm like, no, this movie was actually pretty funny. Like, you just don't have any taste in movies. Yeah. So, like,
the original Jay and Silent Bob movie has like a 4 out of 10.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, that movie was fucking hilarious. Like, but, you talking about the New York Times probably, rating this movie because they want more sophisticated movies that don't make sense to nobody. Mm-hmm. Maybe like a handful of people like these movies. But the Fallout, I think that was the worst in the series. Mm-hmm. And I like New Vegas. I like 4. The original Fallout. This one, it was just pointless, man.
Yeah, I think it was like an answer to a game that was very popular on PC at the time called Rust. Which Rust was a game where it just dropped you into an online world full of people, and that was that. Like, it was like a post-apocalyptic time. Yeah. And you would have to go around, farm materials, build a base, and defend your base from other people trying to raid it, so that you know, they would take your materials and kill you. And that was really popular at the time. And that's kind of what Fallout 76 seemed like it was trying to be, but in like a Fallout fashion. So.
Yeah, I didn't like it. I didn't play it long. Me and my daughter, she has it. And we played it together, co-op for a minute. Mm-hmm. She was a little bit further than me, but it just wasn't grabbing me. And that's one of those games, like, you can't even give that game away.
No.
I see that game a lot of places.
Mm-hmm.
It just being just unopened, unwrapped. They giving them away like 99 cents, $1. Like, it's a terrible game.
Yeah, nobody wants it.
It's a terrible game. Like, I didn't even like it. Mm-hmm. Like, at least with Anthem, I liked. You know, I thought it could have been better, but there was no objective in the game. It was just, here you go.
Yeah.
Just dick around and fight other people and raid bases and try not to die. And it was a stupid game. Like, that game was dumb. So that's my second one. I'm starting to taste them Sour Patch Kids now.
Oh, it's starting to come through.
Oh yeah, man, I'm buzzing. That's a bad idea. I don't want to drink that last one.
Oh, we're gonna have to. It's celebration of episode 10.
We're gonna throw up.
We've promised it already.
We're gonna throw up.
Hey, even better for the content. Just make sure the camera doesn't see it.
Throw up. I got my new shirt on. Look, I got Mario Brothers shirt on. I don't want to ruin my shirt. Oh, man. We're going to need some garbage cans if we're going to do this.
I'll grab another one. I got one small one. I'll grab another one once we go for it, just in case.
Bad idea. All right. What's your
All right. My third game is called Malice. Also on the PS2. This game, to me, is more interesting for what it stands for.
It looks cartoony. She kind of looks like a Harley Quinn before she's Harley Quinn.
Mm-hmm. It is a game made by Argonaut Games.
I'm here to Argonaut.
For the people who aren't, some of their highlights are the motherfucking Super FX chip on the Super Nintendo. The thing that made 3D graphics possible on the Super Nintendo. Mm-hmm. This company made that.
I have to Argonaut.
And then once they made that, they went ahead and just dropped Star Fox on us. And Stunt Racer FX.
I'm sorry, Patch Kids are slimy.
I bet they've been sitting in there.
Oh my God.
They also made Croc 1 through 3, which was a really popular platformer at the time. They also made...
It's so good.
Is it?
I'm fucked up.
They also made Alien Resurrection on the PS1, which is widely regarded to be the first game to use twin stick controls for a first-person shooter.
I remember Alien Resurrection.
They were the people who were like, twin stick is the way we should go.
What I just dropped?
My video game.
I'm sorry, I'm fucked up. God damn.
So these people created 3D chip to make 3D graphics possible on the Super Nintendo. Mm-hmm. Then they made a bunch of games with that chip that people know and love. They made the first twin-stick shooter game to say this is the way the world needs to go for shooters, first-person shooters.
Yeah.
And then they also made one of my favorite games of all time.
What's that?
It's called iNinja. Nobody knows about that game.
I'm into iNinja.
I love that game.
iNinja was a good game.
iNinja was a fun little game.
Yeah, I'm into iNinja.
Then they made Malice. Mm-hmm. Well, they tried to make Malice. Initially, it was announced that it was going to be coming out in 2000, the year 2000, as a PlayStation 1 game. Mm-hmm. Then they decided, the PlayStation 2's very close. We're just going to take everything we did for a PS1 game, just make it work on the PS2. Mm-hmm. Somehow, they got into talks with Xbox. Malice was supposed to be a launch title for the original Xbox.
Okay.
An exclusive launch title on the original Xbox. Don't know what happened. Xbox dropped them.
Damn.
Kicked them off the roster. They just said, fuck off.
Fuck off.
So then they got another publisher.
Uh-huh.
Sierra Games. Our good friends that made the Leisure Suit Larry.
Oh, no.
Got them as a publisher. Something happened and Sierra said, fuck off. We're not publishing your game.
No.
Then they got another publisher. Finally, in 2004, Malice came out.
No.
To critic reviews of an average 5 out of 10.
That's bad.
I have played this game.
How you like it?
It is a 5 out of 10 game in every sense of the word. There's parts... So you know gliding in games, right?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
So there's a glide mechanic in this game. You do not move forward while you glide. You just move down slower. You double jump, and then you hit the glide button, and you just slowly move downward. Like it feels like a PlayStation 1 game. Looks like a PlayStation 1 game. And they spent 5 years making it.
Shit, I'm hungry as fuck.
They spent 5 years making the game. At a time when games like Crash Bandicoot, Spyro the Dragon,
I remember Crash.
like the rare games on N64, they were pumping those out yearly. 1 year to make these fantastic games. Ratchet and Clank games, year after year after year. Jack and Dexter, year after year after year. God of War was like 2 years.
Yeah.
It took them 5 years to make this piece of shit game. Which did eventually release on Xbox and PlayStation 2.
That boy said a piece of shit.
Yes. I say piece of shit because this game failed so fucking bad.
Wow.
It folded Argonaut Games. It was the final nail in the coffin that killed this company.
So, after all those great titles that they had, all the stuff that they done, one game
just fucked them up. Just killed them.
Wow.
And I'm mostly mad because they were working on iNinja 2. And we'll just never get that. We'll just never get that.
iNinja was a fun game. I
was
played
fun.
that game.
Yeah.
Wow.
So the first game sold 2 million copies. The second game, another failure, 280,000 copies.
God damn.
Want to take a guess on this game?
100,000.
You're being very nice. 30,000 copies.
God damn.
This
said 30.
This on the PlayStation 2 is one of 20,000 copies. It sold 10,000 copies on Xbox, 20,000 on the PS2.
I wonder what it's worth.
Nothing.
Nothing?
It is a shit game. Last year, actually, an alpha version of the game, an alpha build of the game got released. And it's broken and incomplete because it's an alpha. That makes sense. That alpha is better than the final game. Like, it's more fun. There's more levels in the alpha. There's more things you can do, like transform into creatures to do different puzzles and stuff. Like,
right.
All you do is you play this redheaded girl with a hammer and you just go very slowly through level to level and hit things.
That's terrible. That boy said 30,000. I was being generous.
30,000. Worldwide, mind you.
I mean, you know, Eggs, you know for buying the weird and the strange games, because
yes,
we've been on some crawls and you pick a game up. I'm like, what the fuck is this? He's like, oh, this is something. I'm like, I've never heard of this game. But you know, you got that eye. You know, that's why I like going on crawls with you, because you got a good eye. You know,
I got that eye for the weird and obscure.
Yeah. But, you know, mine's more nostalgic. You know, something I had before I'm gonna buy it again. I'm gonna keep it this time. Yeah, and there's a couple of rare ones out that I want.
Yeah.
My money just not long enough. Like it's just not.
Oh, I mean, I'm the same way. I'm at the point with my PlayStation 2 games. I've got pretty much everything that I want from PlayStation 2, except for the $300 game, $400. You know, like it's like all these like actually super rare games that are like just I'm priced out on.
And that's pretty much with me. Like I haven't went back to cartridge games yet. Like Sega, for instance, is just my money not long enough.
With Sega, you're priced out of anything just a good game.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't have to be a great game or a rare game. If it's a good game on Sega, it's $100 minimum.
At least $100. Like we've been places and we've seen Sega games and
it was like Sega football and it was like $80 and it's like why?
But and then you like a lot of those games you could find, you know, Sega, you could find like the for sports games pretty easy. You know, but if you want like Sonic, Ultra Beast, Michael Jackson's Moonwalker, like you want to do some hunting, man. Like I think that's what I like more about what we do when we go on these crawls. I like the hunt of it, you know. But like some of the stores that we go into around our neighborhood is just like some of them prices. You just like, wait, you want how much for this guy? Like,
and the problem is it's not even like the places around us aren't bad on prices. They're not for the most part. These guys aren't out here trying to gouge you on prices. It's like they're trying to make their money back. Right. But like, so it's a little expensive, but it's not like they're like, it's not a $100 game that they're trying to sell for $300 or anything. Right. But it's like, it's not their fault, you know, that the game's that expensive. It's just like for some fucking reason, people are spending $200 on this middle of the road boring Sega game. Like,
yeah, the spot that we go into in Lexington, he got a real good selection of games.
He does.
And then the other guy down in West Columbia, he has a real good selection of games too. But some of the other spots that we go to, the guy that's close to us, real close to us, like everything he got in there is $1,000. Yeah. Everything.
It's either sports title, or it cost $1,000.
Yeah, like he had
to be fair though, I do go to him a lot. Yeah. If you go into him frequently, you'll catch him on his cycles of getting new games in. Yeah. And you can kind of get like, he's where I bought my Atari from, he's where I bought my NES from.
Yeah. He's a good dude. He got a lot of stuff that's in-box stuff. But I asked him for, I think it was was it like a Neo Geo? This shit was like 1,100. Yeah. I was like, you want how much?
And again, that's not his fault. That's just the way. That's just the price it's going around. Yeah.
It was like $1,100, man. And it's like my money ain't long enough. No. Like I would love to have that for my collection, but it's just not there yet. Like I'm happy with the TurboGrafx 16 right now, but I did come up on the Master System on our site, our secret site.
Our secret site. He's just being an asshole.
I'm being an asshole. Our secret site. I came up on a Sega Master System. And that bitch was like, what I said to you, it's like $160. Yeah. So I followed it and I was going to bid on it. It ended up being like $300, which I thought was a good deal because it came with like, I think like 8 games. I thought that was a good deal. And I haven't been on there lately. I take a little hiatus, you know. I only go on there when I got like some money to spend. But I kind of stay off of that site.
Yeah, I've stayed off of it.
So good.
I remember the thing that made me stay off that website was I hit OK on like a $250 bid. And then I hit OK and I was just like, why did I do that? Dude. I was like, what the fuck is wrong with me?
I spent.
It's like it's a game that I'll probably play for 10 minutes. Like, dude, I don't care if it's rare.
I spent $500 on there one time. $500. It was worth it because
I've definitely spent like $2,000-$3,000 on that website.
Yeah.
Just between stuff. But like when I saw myself being just like okay with $250 bid on a PSP game.
Yeah.
I'll play for 10 minutes and be like, cool, I had a rare game.
Facts.
And I was just like, I can't be doing that.
It was, but my reasoning because it was a flip. I didn't keep it. Mm-hmm. So I made my money back and some. So it was more a flip. I still only got like a couple of pieces from that that lot that I got. But that was basically a flip.
Yeah.
And then one, I actually drove to Kentucky to go get it.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually flipped everything in there.
Yeah.
I paid like $100 for it. I probably made like $1,800 off of that.
Which I think that's the big difference with you and I is you'll flip the stuff. You'll buy stuff, flip it.
Yeah.
I buy because I want to have a bigger collection, and it just sits there.
But these weren't games though.
Yeah.
These were that RC plane lot.
I remember the whole plane lot and everything.
I had like 20 planes. And
I don't even click off of the game stuff.
Yeah.
But
I'm all over that site, man. I'm RC stuff, games. I think I paid $30 for that drone that you got still. Mm-hmm. And that's something. But yeah, I already know we're going to get hits because when I was talking about the site, they were like, hey, so what's the name of that site? My sister came down here a couple of weeks ago. Slimy, ain't it?
Yeah, slimy. Fuck.
That's just... Oh, shit. Oh, God, I'm crying.
It's like half slime and then half gummy. That's nasty.
Look at your face. You was like, ugh. Oh, shit.
Feels like trying to eat a slug.
I can't breathe. Oh, my God. Oh, shit. That's so good. Anyways. Oh, man, where we at, man?
You need to get to your last game so we can take this shot and get out of here.
Oh, shit. I lost my train of thought. I can't even say it was a fail. You know? Mm-hmm. Destiny 2.
Yeah.
It really wasn't a fail. It just wasn't as good as the first one.
The game itself didn't fail, but it failed you.
Yeah, facts.
It failed you in your heart.
It failed me. It failed a lot of my friends. My daughter, she didn't even like that one. She's a Destiny nerd, and she goes back to Destiny 1 to play. It just wasn't as good, and as you can see, they ain't made no more. So
not yet.
True. It's always possible for another Destiny to come out, but that Destiny 2, I don't think it's playable, but it's not good. So it just failed me. I don't know the statistics of it or what it sold or whatever. It probably did very well, but I know a lot of people that I play with didn't like it.
So at least did well enough that Sony bought Bungie. Because Sony now owns Bungie.
I didn't know that.
Which I think is ironic since Bungie's the Halo company and they started out with Xbox. Or they didn't start. They were before Xbox. They were making games before Xbox. But eventually they were just, making Halo for Xbox.
We have now come time to this bullshit that King Buns came up with.
Yeah, we're at the point of...
Tell the story that you told me when you bought that.
I think I told it on the podcast.
Did you?
I didn't, I'll reiterate.
Please rehash.
I'm pretty sure I did, but basically, I went in to the store, and King Buns, our guest on episode 8, told me about this. This is a challenge drink, basically. I went into the store, and I bought the whiskey we drank on episode 9, and I bought the IPAs, or the I guess the Against the Grain, I don't know if they're considered an IPA, that we drank on episode 9. I put this and those 2 drinks up on the shelf there thing for the person to scan. The lady picks up the 2 Against the Grains, scans them, she's not thinking about it. She picks up the whiskey, she scans them, she's not thinking about it. She picks up the Malort and stares at it, and then turns to me and goes, "No self-respecting adult buys this drink. I am going to have to ID you." Basically, she's saying only stupid kids buy this drink for the challenge.
Oh my god, I'm so scared.
And yeah, no, I've heard of people throwing up taking this.
God.
You take this in shots.
Do we have to take the shots?
Would you want to sip on it?
I don't know. I had to see. Let me see this.
I mean, we can put it in the shot and then we could take a sip and see if we throw up just from that.
Oh no, I don't want to throw up. See the shit that King Buns got us drinking?
The other person at the store where I bought that from, the guy I asked, I was like, "Hey, do you have this drink in?" And he turns to me and he goes, "Have you had it before?" And I said, "No, my friend's just telling me about it." He goes, "Oh, he's a good friend."
He's a terrible
He
friend.
goes, "This is a rite of passage. This is a drink you drink to make..." He's like, "Yeah."
I mean, just by reading the back of it, this boy said its bitter taste is savored by 2-fisted drinkers.
Do you want the Dave and Buster shot glass?
Oh my god, we got
the
shot
Mark
glasses?
Martin shot glass?
I'm gonna take the Dave and Buster's.
You just want the smaller one.
Is that the small?
it's
That
not
looks
smaller.
deeper.
It's deeper, but the Mark
Shit,
Martin's
give me that
wider.
I don't care. Shot's a shot. All right, so we at the end of the podcast, so we on episode 10, doing something crazy.
Doing something stupid. I wouldn't call it crazy. It's just stupid.
Malort.
Jepson's Malort.
I've never seen this before. I ain't no bitch though.
Yeah, so all I know is I used to listen to a radio show where they would do a challenge. Mm-hmm. And if you failed the challenge, you had the choice of drinking... You had the choice of either drinking a shot of Malort or taking your chances with one of those nasty flavored jelly beans.
Mm-hmm.
And 80% of the time, people would rather take their chance eating vomit flavored jelly beans than to take a shot of Malort.
It doesn't smell bad.
No, it doesn't smell bad. I'm probably going to throw up. I'm going to be just straight up.
Please don't throw up. Please don't throw up. I don't want you to throw up.
I'm going to take a little sip of it. I'm kind of curious. I want a tiny taste. Wow, that's bitter as fuck. That's really bitter.
I'm scared.
I shouldn't have poured as much of a shot.
Oh my god.
I might hold my nose.
This shit about to taste so nasty.
It's so fucking bitter.
Oh, it is, man. This is like kicking in.
It's not even like, it's not a burn. It's not a burn.
No, it's
It's
bitter.
just straight bitter.
Oh my god. Hold on, man. I'm gonna chase that.
From what I've heard, chasing it doesn't do anything.
I'm gonna have to.
You want to cheers to episode?
We're gonna have to cheers. Oh no, I can still taste it.
Yeah, no, I poured too much in there.
All right, man. Come on, salute.
Episode 10.
Episode 10.
Oh, fuck.
Oh my god.
Fuck, that's awful.
Oh shit. Oh. Oh my god.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, fuck you, Buns. Fuck you, Buns. Oh.
How is something that bitter?
That shit is gross. Who? Oh.
How the fuck is something that bitter?
Oh. It just like lingers on your tongue.
It does. It's just there.
Oh my God. Oh shit. Ah. Ugh.
Oh, fuck.
It's like eating the rind of a grapefruit or something.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh. Jesus Christ. Oh my God.
What the fuck?
Oh. I ain't throwing up. I ain't there.
I don't know if you heard, I gagged once and then it was done. I'd had one gag in there and then I was good, but fuck, that's awful.
Oh, it's gross. Oh, even that doesn't help.
No, that's what I heard. I was like, it coats your tongue and that's just what it is.
Ugh. Oh shit.
The drink gives you like a temporary okay, and then it just immediately comes back to whatever the fuck that is.
Who drinks that? You got to be a pure alcoholic to drink that shit.
You have to be a masochist.
That's fucking nasty. That.
That's awful.
That's awful.
And on that, I'm going to close out this episode. Thank you for watching the Too Faded to Play podcast. Apparently, episode 50 is going to be something worse.
Oh, it is not going to be as bad.
It's not going to be as bad.
Not even close. Not even close. It's going to be stupid, but not as bad as that.
And Buns wanted to bring that for us to drink on the episode he was on. He was going to bring it as a gift. That's what he told me, a gift.
Couldn't he just bring some of the sticks that he had? I rather would have had the sticks than that shit. That is gross.
That's off. It's still just on my tongue.
It is.
It's just still sitting there.
Oh my God. Good.
Oh. Well, thank you for watching.
Thank you for watching. Hey.
We need some mental health after that one. that was a mental hit. That wasn't a...
That's disgusting. Hey, episode 10, y'all. We made it.
Somehow.
And somehow, man, we trying to keep it going. You know, like, subscribe, follow us on Instagram, follow us on TikTok.
Leave a comment in the comment section. It helps with the algorithm.
Yeah.
It makes people YouTube will see that it's being engaged with, and YouTube goes, hey, people like this.
Yes.
We're going to share this to other people because we think other people will like this too. So
yes, please.
Leave your comments. If you got questions for us, leave the comment.
Email us.
We will either answer them in the comment section or we'll answer them on the next episode if we think it's a funny comment or a good question, you know.
Right.
We'll do that. Just keep working with us, and that way we can grow, because I'm gonna need to grow before
man.
The Malort has made me grow. Grow enough to know I want to shatter this bottle in the middle of the street.
Just throw it in the street. That shit's nasty. Hey, man, we Too Faded to Play. I'm LSD.
And I'm Eggs.
Hey, peace.
See ya. Fuck that.
That shit's nasty. Oh, God.
Fuck that thing. Buns, if you're listening, fuck you.